just functional vet. That in the background is where I used to let my dogs go swim until their nails poked a hole in the bottom of it. I'll be cutting it up, getting rid of it shortly. Those plastic bottles I'm going to wash out and use for various types of screws and nails and things like that. But what are we talking about? Right here I have a pressure gauge, and as you can see, it goes up to 100 psi. For those of you that know anything about pressure, that is 100 psi. For those that don't know anything about pressure, that's 100 psi. Moving over here, I have a pressure relief valve. This is on Amazon, link in the description. I promise it's there. I'm not going to blow this one. And it comes with 3 different springs, and you can change those springs out. I have this set with the spring and this screw right here. You turn it, you adjust it. I have it set for a little over 50 psi, not much, but just a very little bit. But what I've noticed, and this was last summer after I put this, well, before I put this in, what I noticed is that my pressure would build up on this gauge, and let's say it's sitting at 60 psi. The next day it was at 80, the next day it's pushing 100. How exactly that's happening, I haven't tried to reason, but this does have a backflow preventer on it. So whenever the water enters this line that's right here, once it comes up, it cannot backflow. It's an anti-siphon. Everything I have that comes off of my underground line has a backflow preventer to prevent siphoning of surface water into my drinking water. So what I normally do is I come over here, I open one of these 2 valves just to bleed the pressure off, and then close it and get my pressure on my gauge back down to 40 psi. Well, a couple of times this gauge has broken open for some reason, and I'm not going to try to figure out why at this point. So what I did yesterday was I unscrewed this with a wrench, and what I'll be doing is I will be assembling this into this device right here. This piece will screw onto that piece that's there, onto this piece, and then we screw it on like this into that pipe, and then this piece right here will screw onto that. I'll need to put some Teflon on it. This way I can turn the pressure off. I don't have to worry about this sticking open in the middle of the night and losing water, and I can open this up during the day when I'm out here, so that if for some reason it does go off and it does not reset, which has happened, that I can come over here and shut this off. I'll show you the actual construction process as I do it. This piece right here has a rubber gasket in here. Oops. And that is necessary because this is loose. So I'm going to screw that piece in, and then I'm going to put Teflon onto here and Teflon on that piece that's on the ground, and then we'll be putting it together on the upright over there where the water comes out through my faucets. Now I'm going to have to use both hands in order to tighten this up completely. And then I will Teflon this piece right here. This already has a washer in it. Nice and tight. This one has a brand new washer in it. I'll fill this in nice and tight. Now all I need to do is put Teflon on this, Teflon on the other piece, not on this one, and then screw it in. Now off camera, I tightened this up, well, partly on camera, but I put Teflon on it just like I did here, and then I tightened this up off camera because I'm not using my tripod. But I want to show you why I went with this small valve, description, Amazon purchase thing. Here is the other one right here, and as you can see, I would have to have an extension here to go in. This valve is physically longer than this valve and this little reducer to get to that, and this keeps it nice and short and businesslike. Now I'm going to finish putting this together off camera because it's starting to rain. I'll show you the finished product. Alright, here's the piece as it's put back on. I have my half-inch, I have my half-inch to half-inch into my 3/4 inch valve, ball valve, 3/4 inch, half-inch reducer to a 3/8 reducer to my pressure valve. This is air and water. It does work for water. You can see the blue from whatever it's from. It's kind of wet, as you can see, but this is the on-off. I think I've discussed the fact that my left hand is not functioning well and I'm holding the camera with the right. So there's my on-off. So we're good. We're ready to put pressure on this. We don't have to worry about that popping off in the night. Hope that helps some of you if you have pressure building up and you want to regulate down. I don't remember what the range of this pressure gauge that I'm kind of touching with my wrench. It's got multiple ranges. I used the softest spring so I could get the pressure down to about supposedly 40 to like 68 pounds, something like that. And by turning the screw on the end, which is right there, I was able to get it down to where it pops off about 52 pounds and it drops it kicks out at about 45, and life goes on good. Hope this helps. If you like what you're seeing, consider subscribing, hit the thumbs up. I wouldn't ring the bell notification. I mean, why? If you're subscribed, maybe you'll see it, and if you're interested in what I'm doing, you'll probably check back. I'm getting ready to do another stick video, which is going to be called Adult Entertainment, and I think some of you will really get the humor in this one. I know it's going to be over the head of some people. I had a number of people tell me that my humor is difficult to follow at best. Dysfunctional Vet, out.